Record. Okay, so there we go. Now we're recording. Now we're ready to go. So welcome again to Mindset Monday. We're going to go ahead and dive straight in with our gratitude exercises. And, you know, it's really important that you start your day and your week with gratitude, because if it weren't for other people, you know, most of us wouldn't be in the positions that we are today. I think we can all honestly say that somebody has stepped up and helped us or helped us rise to where we are today. And they say that, you know, you rise on the shoulders of giants, and we definitely have some giants inside our company and inside of our sphere of influences to be able to help us out and be able to take us to the next level. So one thing we want to do is, this is an active class, if you will. So always come with a piece of paper and a pen. We write down and do exercises. I do them right alongside with you. So I got my paper here ready to go. And the first thing that we're going to do is we are going to write out what you are thankful for. I got my slides backwards there. So what I want you to do is write out 3 things that you are thankful for. Let's see where it goes from there. Make sure. Okay. Yeah. Just wanted to make sure something wasn't off. So we're going to write out 3 things that you're thankful for. I am going to check my slides real quick while you all do that exercise. Keep one thing that is work related. So what is one thing that's work related that you are thankful for? Then you're going to do one thing that is family related. And then you're going to do one thing that is anything you want, meaning anything you want, just 3 things total, 1 work related, 1 family related, or friends related, either way, and then 1 anything that you want. So 3 things that you are thankful for.
What was the third?
Anything you want.
It kind of bleeped out.
Yep, anything that you want. There we go. Now I got it. Oops. Give everybody just a second more. Okay. All right. So I got my 3. I was kind of already a little bit ahead on the game on this one. So my 3, I'll go ahead and tell you what my 3 are. My first one for work is for, actually, this one's going to go to Kelly Harris for just, you know, helping me become a better leader, showing me a path inside of KW that I really didn't know was possible. And honestly, I wouldn't be sitting in this room in front of you all today if it weren't for her. Next, I'm going to be thankful for my beautiful wife, Jennifer, not just because she's on here, but because she is the rock of our family, and she really holds everything together. No matter what she has going on in her personal life, she always puts others first. And then my third one is going to actually go out to my team, because they really hold down the fort when I'm doing a lot of other things. And if it weren't for them, you know, none of this would really be possible either. So those are the 3 things that I am the most thankful for, although I could probably sit here and list off about 20 more. Anybody want to share anything that they wrote down? You don't have to, but feel free if you would like.
I'll share.
I will. Oh,
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So I'm very thankful for this weekend with Gary. So we had a quiet week. We had a busy week this past week, but we had a quiet weekend at home, just catching up on projects and just spending time together. I am super thankful work-wise because I had my first week of Leadership Academy this week, and I'm thankful for Kelly and Matt for investing in me and recommending me to be able to go to that, because I learned so much just in one day. And then I'm thankful for my cousin, who her and her husband are making new barbecue sauces, and they donated a big case to me to use in my my next quarterly box that I give out to my clients. So I'm super thankful for that too, to be able to give that, and for them being so gracious to donate that to me. So
Cool. Awesome. Those are very good things to be grateful for sure. And then somebody else said they were going to go.
I did, Gay.
Yeah.
I'm thankful we got through a home inspection over the weekend with no major issues. And also I wanted to say I'm thankful to agents that just like immediately reach out or come back to you. Ashley and I had a conversation about a week or so ago, and she kind of helped me with a land issue. And then I had a seller who, I don't know if I said this before, but I had a seller whose car broke down and she couldn't get the house finished cleaning, and Kelly Crutcher and her family came to the rescue and like last minute got it done. And I really appreciate that. Family, I am always grateful to my husband and that he puts up with me even when I don't act grateful, but I'm also grateful because I have a daughter-in-law. She's officially a new daughter-in-law this year, but she's been in our lives for 18 years and she's always been like a daughter-in-law. And I'm just really grateful to her for some personal reasons. And then I guess the last thing is I'm grateful that I have, friends in my life. Sometimes you just need friends that you can act like a nut in front of.
Yeah.
Or get really mad about something and voice it and not have, judgment. It's just okay, and I'm grateful for that, people that surround me.
Awesome. Love that. Love that. Okay, so next step is we are going to go through and pick one of the three things that you wrote down or one of the people and send them preferably a handwritten note. But if you don't have their address, then send them a text and express their gratitude, because you never know when somebody might be having that rough day, or maybe is coming off a rough weekend, or has a lot of anxiety about the week ahead or something like that. So if we can express gratitude to others, hopefully they will pay it forward and express gratitude to other ones, but also it could really impact their day and really change their day. So once we wrap this up, take a minute, write out a handwritten note, pop that in the mail, or send a text and tell somebody that you're thankful for them. So now we're going to jump straight into our weekly video. This week is going to be all about goals and commitments. So we're going to watch this little video together. While we're watching it, jot down a couple notes. I'll ask for ahas towards the end, and let's watch together and learn together.
So many years ago, when I was 19 years old, I had a meeting with a man that I'd never met before, that was introduced to me by my brother. And this man was very successful financially, with his family, as a philanthropist, as a businessman. And he asked me one question that defined the trajectory of my life. And the question he asked me was I interested in achieving my life's goals and dreams? Or was I committed to achieving them? And he said, if I was interested, I would do what's convenient. But if I was committed, I would do whatever it takes. And Mr. Alan Brown said to me, he says, John, he says, if you're interested, you'll do what's convenient. You'll believe your stories and excuses, and you'll continue to be a victim of your current reality and circumstances. You'll come up with all the reasons why you can't achieve those goals, and that's what you will be focusing on for the rest of your life. He said, and the big difference is if you're committed, you'll start today to let go of your stories, your excuses, your reasons why you're achieving your certain results right now, and why you can't achieve any of those goals and dreams you wrote down on this piece of paper. So if you're committed, you're committed, you'll upgrade your skills. If you're committed, you'll come in every single day and figure out how you can achieve those goals and why you must versus why you can't and why you won't. And after you explain the difference between interest and commitment to me, I put my hand out and I shook his hand and I said, Mr. Brown, I'm committed.
Do I need to go? Do I need to list off my things?
Because I have to let go of all my reasons why. And the very act of writing my goals and then saying to him and then to myself, making a commitment to myself to be committed, I started to achieve the financial and life goals and dreams. I achieved every one of those. I way exceeded every single goal. That's when my whole life changed. One commitment, one moment in my life,
I said that I was committed to my financial and health and relationship and career and business and charitable goals and the travel goals and the health goals I had. I was committed to all my goals. He said, great. Well, the first action steps towards commitment is to develop a plan for how you're going to actually achieve those goals. So here's my question for you. Are you interested in achieving your financial and health and relationships and career and business goals and your travel goals, or are you committed? Now, if you're committed, here's what I'd like you to do. Take a sheet of paper and write down one goal for every area of your life: health, wealth, relationships, career, business, charitable. And write down one goal and when you want to achieve it by. And then what I want you to do is write down 3 action steps that you can take towards achieving those goals. Write down, what do you need to learn? What do you need to believe? What do you need to do? Take those things, put those right on your calendar with a time by which you are going to complete those things. And if you can do that for each one of your goals, if you can focus on the goal you want to achieve, 3 action items towards achieving those goals, and a specific timeline by when you're going to achieve it by, you are going to be the type of person that achieves your goals and dreams versus the person who hopes and prays and wishes that those goals and dreams become a reality. The person who achieves goals and dreams takes consistent daily, weekly, monthly actions towards those goals and dreams. And they don't allow their stories or their excuses or the reasons or circumstances to hold them back. They are committed to achieving their goal no matter what. That's the attitude. That's the mindset that you have to have. And you have to have absolute resolve that you will do whatever it takes. So, are you interested or are you committed?
One little hint, this may or may not be the exercise that we're going to do today. So I'm going to go ahead for the sake of time.
So many years ago when I was 9.
And before we dive into our exercises for today, what are the aha moments that you all had during that? So what is something that stuck out to you during that video that kind of resonated with you, if you will?
Be interested versus committed, and the difference in what you're going to do based on that feeling. If you're only interested, you're going to do whatever's convenient. You'll blow most of the stuff off that you need to do. Versus committed, it's like, get after it.
Yep. I love that. Anybody else have anything that stuck out to them?
Stories and excuses.
Yeah. We all fall victim to that from time to time.
I hate to admit.
All right, well, let's dive into to Tammy's point, are you interested or committed? And I found this little quote online, and it says there's a difference between interest and commitment. When you're interested in doing something, you do it only when circumstances permit. When you're committed to doing something, you accept no excuses, only results. And I remember when I was first getting started in real estate, I had a mentor, if you will, and they were inside our company, and we sat down one day and set goals. And I set goals before I really even knew anything about real estate. But he asked me, he said, what type of goal do you want to set? And I said, well, I want to sell, X million, whatever. I don't even know what the number was. Let's just say 5. And he said, okay, well, what are you willing to do to achieve that goal? I said, whatever it takes. He said, okay, well, I want you to go home tonight and I want you to get a pillow and a sleeping bag, because I'm going to give you action items to do. And you are not to go home until you finish those items. And that means you have to sleep in the office, and you sleep in the office. So are you willing to do that? And I said, no, I'm not sleeping in the office. I'll go home and go to my bed. He said, well, then you're not committed. What do you want your goal to be? And that was really impactful for me. But he was right. Whenever you commit to doing something, you do whatever it takes, within the realm of reason, of course. But make sure that when you set a goal, that you're truly committed to the goal and it lasts beyond the mood of the moment, meaning that we all get fired up from time to time and super motivated. But when you're just interested in a goal, then that means when you're not as motivated, that interest fades a little bit, meaning that you're not as committed to doing the activities that you need to do. Versus if you're committed to a goal, you do whatever it takes, you make the sacrifices needed, you make those short-term sacrifices for the purpose of long-term gain. So where are you at on your goals that you have set this month or this year? So I want you on the left-hand side of the paper is write down a couple of goals that you set for yourself, either at the beginning of this year, even if it's New Year resolutions, or, business goals, sales goals, weight loss goals, whatever it is, exercise goals. Just write all that down on the left-hand side of the paper. And then I want you to write down on the right-hand side of the paper, where are you at in relation to those goals? We'll give everybody just a minute to be able to do that. And let's try to write down, at least 2 or 3 of the goals that you set. Okay. Everybody got their goals written down and where they're at now. Now, you don't have to answer out loud, but I want you to really look at that and look, are you on track to hit your goal? So we're mid-August, which basically means that, we have September, October, November, December left. So not a whole lot of time, about 4 months left, 4.5 months left. Are you on track to be able to hit your goal by the end of the year? And if not, that's okay. That just means that you're a little bit behind and we need to adjust our activities to be able to hit our goal. Because we don't change our goal, we change the activities towards the goal. Or are you ahead? Then it's probably a mixture of both. I wrote down 3 goals. One I am behind on. One I have already completed. So I'd say I'm ahead. And the other one, I think I'm trending ahead. I'd have to do some math, but I'm right there. I'm definitely on track, maybe even a little ahead. But one thing that I recognize here is that I haven't focused on one of my main goals this year, but it's not too late for me. I just have to change the activities that I'm doing. And we're going to do that kind of as part of this exercise going forward. Some of you that are on here might not even have goals, or maybe you didn't set goals. So we're going to do a little exercise together where you have goals or not. And we're going to spend just 2 minutes. I want you to write out on a piece of paper your goals. If you have time, write out one goal for family, one goal for social, one goal for career, one goal for financial, one spiritual goal, one physical goal, and one intellectual goal. Social would be something that you want to do in your community or with your friends or something like that. Of course, career and financial, that's business and money. Spiritual is what you believe in. Physical would be your health goals, whether it be to become more fit or to lose weight, gain weight, whatever that is. And then intellectual would be, of course, you all know I'm a very learning-based person. What are you going to do to learn is your goals. In between each of those categories, as you're writing your goals out, I want you to skip 4 lines and then write the next goal. So you'll write, what's my family goal? Skip 4 lines. What's my social goal? Skip 4 lines. What's my career goal? So on and so forth. And I'll give everybody, I'll put on just a little music here and we'll give everybody we'll say 1 or 2 minutes to finish. And of course, I'm in the middle of an ad on my Pandora app. So I'll save you the trouble of having to listen to the Pandora app, and I'll just keep talking for 15 more seconds. So for your goals, feel free to rearrange the order that you have here. Put whatever's your priority in the moment up top. If your priority is your career, put it up top. If your priority is your family, which it should be, put that up top, and so on and so forth. And we will go through these. They're playing another ad. Pandora's killing me right now. I guess I should just pay for premium, huh? So we might do this without some music, and I'll just let y'all write out the goals and I'll be quiet. Okay, for the sake of time, we are going to have to move on. If you do not have all your goals written down, it's okay. Just come back and revisit it after the class. So step 2 is going to be, now that you've written your goals out, step 2 is to build a plan. So just like you said in the video, the reason I had you skip the 4 lines is on the first 3 lines below your goal, I want you to write down 3 action items that you can take today to move you closer to your goals. If you have set a long-term goal, so these are action items that you can take right away. If you set a long-term goal, then we need to reverse engineer. And you can see I have a little picture on there. A great little reminder for myself when I take on very big projects is, how do you eat an elephant? Well, it's one bite at a time. And I'm going to give Tammy Ramsey credit for saying that to me probably about a year ago. And I've remembered that ever since then. So if you set a really long-term goal, let's say you set a goal that's something that's going to take you a couple, we'll say 3 years to achieve. Well, then what I want you to think about is, what do you need to do this year for the remainder of this year to be on track to achieve that goal? Then what do you need to do this month to be on track to achieve the goal that you set for the end of the year? Then what do you need to do this week to be on track to set your goal, to hit your goal for the end of this month? And then what do you need to do today to be on track to hit your goal this week? So that's what I mean by chunking it down and reverse engineering it. So break that down all the way down till you get to specific action items that you can take today in order to achieve your goal. And I'm going to give everybody 2 minutes to complete at least a 1 or 2 of these inside the exercise. All right. So hopefully you got some action items written down. And then the final step to all this, and which is possibly the most important, is be a doer. To be be completely honest with yourself. Are you going to achieve what you wrote down? And if not, it's okay. That just means you're interested in what you wrote down and you're not committed. What I want you to do is review that and go back and write down things that you're truly committed to. The things that when this moment of inspiration leaves you, that you're still willing to go out and do the work that's required, because we all know actions speak louder than words. And a lot of times we tend to say the right things, but we don't do the right things. So you have it in you, but you have to believe to achieve. So you have to believe that you can hit your commitments before you'll actually hit them. So commit beyond today. Commit until the goal is achieved. Commitment means staying loyal to what you said you were going to do long after the mood you set it in has left you, which I think is very important to revisit. And what I want you to do is, when you write this down, you finish off this exercise after this class, hang it up in front of you, put it on a wall in front of your desk, put it on the mirror in the bathroom before you get ready, anywhere you have to put it, in your workstation. You know, if you're at home, put it on your front door, where every time you leave the house that you're going to see it. And feel free to make copies of it and put it in multiple places, because when we stay reminded of our goals, that is when we actually can achieve them, because it takes consistency and intensity over a sustained period of time to achieve any goal. Which brings us to our weekly affirmation. Oh, Tammy, you got a question?
So along with that, that previous slide, so another quote that I have always known for a long time is that feelings follow action.
Mm-hmm.
That, you know, you can say, I love you, but you have to put love into action. So even when you don't feel like doing it, you just got to keep doing it, because then you'll feel like doing it. So always remember, feelings follow actions.
Yep. Love that. Thank you for sharing. Okay, now we're going to wrap this up with our weekly affirmation. I don't know if any of you have done affirmations before or not, but it's something that I've gotten into over about the fun story real quick. But Shelly tried to get me to do affirmations about 3.5 years ago. And I was like, I don't need those. And then I started doing them and it changed my life. So in the beginning, you're gonna be like, what the heck is this? But I promise if this is something you do, then it will really help you. And today is all about commitment to the goals. So our affirmation is, I'm committed to my goals and focused on the activities to achieve the goal. Well, the way this works is I'm going to count to 3 and then we're all going to say that together. So ready? 1, 2, 3. I am committed to my goals and focused on the activities to achieve the goal. All right, we're going to rewind and then we're going to do that together and everybody's going to unmute and we're all going to say it together this time. All right, so I see some of y'all on mute now. Come on, play, entertain me. Ready? 1, 2, 3. I am
committed to my goals
and I'm
and focused
on
on the
the
activities
to
to
achieve
achieve
the
the
goal.
goal.
Good job, y'all. Okay, so that wraps up today's Mindset Monday. Don't forget to join us every Monday, 8:30 Central, 9:30 Eastern. Start your day off with gratitude, participate in some growth-related activities, and finish with affirmations. I appreciate you all. I can't wait to do it again next week. Have a great day.
Thank you for doing this.
You're welcome.